Good morning, everybody. I am out at the beautiful Hornets Nest Park, and I am going to play the Pro Tour Championship layout. I've only done this once before, and there have been some changes since then, so this is going to be very interesting. For the island hole, I'm going to go over there and just try and throw through the gap, and if I make the island and I'm not out of bounds, then I'll just give myself a par unless I'm parked. Because I really want to throw that new hole because it looks crazy. But I'm out here on hole one. Should be a blast. Hopefully mic and camera and everything are looking good for you guys. I've upgraded some things, trying to get it all right so I can just give you guys great quality throughout the off season. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay, so hole one here, I am going to throw my Sapphire because I can get a really nice drift out of it. I haven't thrown any drives yet or anything, so maybe I'll do 2 off of the first just to see how we feel. With this disc, I'm going to aim at the tree on the left, throw it flat, and hope that it pans back and can make it down there. It looks like this is 390 maybe. I'm not really sure, but I believe that's what we're looking at. Oh! What a terrible kick, too. Okay, so I'm going to take my new Molt harp, which is going to be for sale, as well as a bunch of my other ones on the Another Round disc golf page really soon. I'm going to try and go through this left gap, give it a little bit of ante, and let it push up and give us a good putt. Save a par here on this first hole. Please push up. That's going to be a little bit of a tester to start. Didn't give that enough air. Yeah, so I needed to give this a lot more air. But this shouldn't be too bad. When I played against the Bogey Bros, I made a putt way bigger than this. First putt of the thing, so this is not a difficult putt. But that is a very typical outcome for me, just in putting in general. It was a little uphill, so I should have aimed a little bit higher. That's gonna be a bogey on hole one, y'all. But hey, we're out here trying to see see what the pros went through, and see what a 950 something rated player can do. So bogey on hole one. All right, hole two here. This new hole looks freaking crazy, man. It's a tight gap, but I feel like it isn't as tight as it felt. I mean, it's a tight freaking gap. That's for sure. I'm gonna throw my Raider off of here. Try and throw it flat. And if I commit to it, it'll turn over a little bit and then should end up down at the basket. It's about 340, and I don't throw Raiders that far. And so I feel like, 350, 360 is normally where I'll throw one. So we'll just see if we can get this over there. Dang! All right, I'm going to the drop zone. All right, I'm gonna throw my keystone here flat and let it pan right and hopefully get us in a good spot. Please don't keep pushing. Okay, good sit. Okay, so the basket, I believe, was right here. My disc is about 20 feet away. I'm gonna give myself a bogey. I feel like I would have made that, but again, no real way of knowing, so we'll just take the bogey on that. Okay, so we are +2. Oh, this is gonna be crazy, man. This hole is gonna be crazy. I want to try a sidearm because I've been working on them. But I think I'm gonna throw a backhand first with my stag and just try and get down to the corner. Throw it almost like almost vertical, because I'm not expecting this to get its full flight, because that's a pretty big distance that it would have to travel on hyzer / understable before it flipped over. So let's see here. See if we can just get down to that gap, honestly. Oh! Are you freaking kidding me? Let's go! Guys, we made it right here off the tee, and the bridge is right there. Like, this is a solid location. Holy cow. Now I'm gonna have to try and throw some sort of flip up sidearm. So honestly, I might grab that stag from the hand-eye box and give it a good rip and see if it'll stand up through that gap and then push forward. See if we can hit this. Giving this a little bit of hyzer. I want it to push up and go and straight and then in down to the right, but I got to give it some good height here. Yes, yes. Okay, we should be putting. Dude, if I get a freaking birdie on this hole, whew, I win, I win. All right, guys, pressure's on. In the circle, 4-3, about 27, 28 feet away. Come on. You got this all day. Bottom of that disc was red. Okay, reset. No! Gosh, off to the right? Oh, I want to cry. Gosh, dude. I mean, a par on that is still really good. I don't know what it averaged for the thing, but shoot, man. That would have been a massive birdie to get. Okay, so I'm gonna throw my new trespass here. My new Lucid Air trespass. We'll throw this bad boy. See what we can do. I don't think there's any way that I could ever get a birdie on this one. I'm gonna try and rip this. I'm gonna try and keep my form clean. No real wind, so I can release this flat, and it'll get a good flight out of it. Oh my gosh! Why did you throw that so high? Why did I throw that so high? All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my Sapphire. I'm gonna try and throw it through this gap right here on the left on an anhyzer. See if I can have it hold it and push. I am running on a whole bunch of rocks right here. Feels pretty unstable, but we'll see if we can make something happen here. Get over the fence. Nice. Okay, so once again, they moved the basket, obviously. I am going to throw to where the actual basket was. I can see some of the flags. Obviously, it'd be great to be able to see the basket, but I just can't. So we're just gonna see if we can get close, and then we'll play it by ear from there, see if I would have gotten a 4 or not. Just get past the tree. Oh, I honestly feel like that would have hit the cage or hit the stand. So here's the edge of the circle, and if we walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, here's all the mulch you guys can see, and my disc is right there. The basket was probably right here. So we're gonna say we got a par on this one. All right, so hole 5 here looks way further than it did on camera. It's 400 feet. Freaking Adam Hammis parking it with a sidearm, like just crazy stuff. Such a low ceiling. I'm gonna take my Sapphire. I'm gonna aim at the left side of this, or at this middle tree, and see if we can get it to turn over. Something that I am working on this off season is not in my run up doing this. Like I always do that, and that gives me more room for error when I bring the disc back to get into the correct position. And so I'm working on holding it closer to my body, not pushing it out in front, and then getting a full extension. So it's gonna take a while to get used to, but I think in the long run it's gonna make me a better player. So let's try and do that here. Miss it, please. Stable up some. Okay, so it didn't stable up. So it's just gonna be, there's just gonna be some tweaking as I do that new form to figure out how discs fly again. All right, so this is, I'm just gonna throw my Justice here. Try and get it underneath the basket to give us a easy little putt. Please don't hit that brick wall. Curled up, but that is not an easy putt by any means. All right, so just tap it in. Good solid putt. Saved a 3 there, so I'm happy with that. All right, so absolutely huge hole here. I want to pin it. The basket isn't on the elevation thing, but it is pretty close to where it was during the tournament. So I'm just going to play that basket. I think it's like, looks like it's like 440. It's pretty close to where it was during the tournament. I don't know. We'll see. The mulch is up there to know where the other basket was. So if I get in that area, obviously, I don't think I can really throw 440 unless I just somehow get a hold of this thing. But I'm gonna throw my World here and see if I can get a solid little pump out of it. So low. Would have been a really fun flight if I had given it some height. So this kind of bums me out because that was so low and we're only like 100 feet away. So I feel that would have been a really good shot. I'm just gonna throw my Justice here, sidearm, and I guess now that I'm this far away, I'll just go for where the Pro Tour basket was. Sit down. So obviously this is something that's super difficult to measure if I would make this putt or not, but I'm 15 feet away. My basket, my cart is right where the thing is, and that just went right over the top. I'll give myself a par on it. Again, the whole goal of this is just to see how an am would shoot on this. I think I'm +2 through 6 right now. So, and we haven't even made it to the back nine. Okay, so in all honesty, hole 7 here I think is one that I could birdie. I'm gonna throw my Sapphire off the tee here. Gonna aim down the left side and let it pan right. Oh, just get through. Whoa, terrible kick. Okay. At least we're in the fairway. All right, so I really don't like this position. That was gonna be a really good drive. I hit about 20 feet up, still had a lot of turn on it. If I had aimed, I was scared to aiming too left because of where I thought the disc would finish, but if I had aimed more left like I wanted to, we would have come right through here and panned out and been probably another 100 feet, maybe more up, which would have given us an easy pitch in. So now I'm pretty much just playing for par here. I'm gonna throw my Sapphire, not my Sapphire, gonna throw my Stag on a sidearm, hope that it flips up just a little bit and just pushes almost straight for me. Honestly, that's okay, because it could have carried further over to the right, and from there we have about a 100-foot pitch up. Okay, so I want to get a very aggressive skip out of this. So I'm gonna throw my Lucid X Glimmer fell in here. I'm gonna rip it, try and get it under that branch and have it get a really good flare up to the basket for me. Yeah, dude, I think that's parked. I'm all right with that. It's been weird because there've been a couple holes that I haven't really been able to putt on. So like, I feel like if I have to make a putt at some point, I haven't practiced putting because half the baskets aren't here. So that's gonna be a little bit frustrating, but we're +2, and I think we have, is this hole 8? What hole is this? Hole 7. So we've got 8 and 9 to play. See how we can do. All right, so hole 8 here is actually a pretty fun one, especially if you can get down there past this tree. I'm gonna throw my Grace off of this, aim down the left gap, hope that it stands up just a little bit. Actually, I might aim at the tree in the middle and hope that it pans to the right of it and pushes down. Oh, just give me some good skip. Wow. Okay. Changing your form is a weird thing. All right, so this was a really good shot. Even though it wasn't what I planned, it still worked out. I'm gonna take my EMAC Truth here and throw it out there on a little Annie and let it come back at the end of its flight. So I actually probably won't throw it on too much Annie because it's already kind of understable. So yeah, let's see what this does. Keep pushing. Okay, we might have a putt. All right, so I was too afraid of turning it over too much. And so not only did I change my angle, but I took some power off of it. So I should have chosen either keep the angle and throw it softer so it gets a more full flight, or change the angle and throw it harder, and I didn't do that. So this is a probably 50-footer for a birdie, so we'll give it a good bid. Again, in my video against the Bogey Bros, or my round against the Bogey Bros, I made probably a 75-footer on this hole. So see if we can get this there. Why am I not doing my form anymore, dude? Like, come on. Your putting form is good. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go! Woo! Oh man, that just made me so stoked. Let's go. Come on, big birdie. All right, let's get them going now. All right, so this hole I've never thrown from this tee pad. It looks like it's been here for a while. I just didn't know this was here. Maybe it just got super dirty, but I had no idea this pad was here. 430 feet. Gonna have to throw it almost vertical in order to get it to go flip up, push down. I'm gonna throw my Sampo here. I'm treating it like one of the holes at Angry Beaver. I know which hole it is, probably like 12, something like that. It's the horseshoe one for the ones that you guys know of. That's a little tip for you guys. I don't know if I've ever talked about. I might have talked about it in one of my tip videos, but when you step up to a new hole, try and visually compare it to holes that you've played before, because then you know what disc to throw, you know how to throw it, all that kind of stuff. So you're like, hey, this hole is kind of similar to this, and if I get the same result that I do on that hole, on this hole, I'll be pretty freaking happy. And that's just a really, really good tool for when it comes to approaching new things. Just being like, oh, I've thrown something like this before, where I've got a long distance until a really narrow gap. Cool, I'm gonna hit it. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna take my Sampo here. S-A-M-P-O, for those of you who are wondering what this disc is. I'm gonna throw it vertical. I'm gonna aim it on the left side because I know that when I come out on a hyzer, sometimes I pull it to the right because my arm is going in that direction. more so than when it's like this, my arm goes straight a little longer than this, my arm goes over to the right. So I'm gonna aim a little bit down the left, know that it's gonna flip up and have it push down the gap. Oh, come on. Full flight. Gosh. Dude, that was gonna be parked. This is 430 feet. All right, so I hit this tree right here, about 20 feet up. Basket is right there. There's no doubt in my mind that I would have been in the circle, because circle is right on the back side of this tree on a 430 foot hole. But my disc is right here, so see if we can still save par. All right, so I'm just gonna throw my harp here and try and get down by the basket. Skip in. Absolutely parked. All right. I mean, that's not a bad par. All right, so that's a par. Oh, actually, interesting. I didn't even think about this. I was playing the wrong one. The basket would have been right there. Still would have been a par either way. We would have changed it off the drive. Well, guys, there's the front nine of an amateur versus the Pro Tour Championship gold layout here. I'm +1 currently, which is good, which is really good, honestly. But now we are going into the back nine, which is going to be an animal. Hope that you guys have enjoyed. If you haven't, you're still here, make sure that you guys subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. I got a lot of content coming during the off season that I'm super excited about. Hope you enjoyed the quality, watching in 4K and all that kind of stuff. Appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all tune into the back nine. I'll see y'all there.